This is Miss Jelly, and then this is Boo Boo Banana. If they choose here, well, I'm kind of screwed. Okay. Don't eat it, you silly goose. Today, I'm going to be testing collaborative paper games that we've all played at one point in our lives. Let's go. Listen, when my school enforced the no devices to school policy, which was when I entered school for the very first time, my classmates were definitely groaning and moaning and okay, maybe not moaning, that's weird. More like groaning. You know what I mean. But me, being the papercraft king, was never bored because I always had this in my back pocket. And this is no ordinary triangle. No, this is not a Dorito. Don't eat it, you silly goose. Now, for those of you that don't know, this is a paper football. Now, this is a very simple game. What you do is that you hold the tips of the triangle with your thumb and index finger. You flick the middle part with your other hand, like this. I'll demonstrate more of how the game works later. This is really simple to make. For this demonstration, you can always just use notebook paper. So I'm just gonna try and rip a rectangular sheet of paper off. Wow, I didn't expect that to work so well. Nice. First things first, we're going to fold this into thirds. Was it hot dog or hamburger style? I think it's hot dog style, right? The long way. One fold from the left and then one fold from the right. Doesn't really matter how precise it is. Now we're gonna start making that football shape. You're going to fold one corner up and then you're just going to follow this crease right here and just fold up and then follow the crease on the diagonal, fold up, and then you just keep repeating until you reach the end, or at least until the paper gets too thick. Now last thing, once you don't have like a full square left to fold, you could just reduce the size of the extra edge and then tuck this part into the pocket. And there we have it, our paper football. If you have a buddy with you, this is how the game usually goes. One person is going to flick the football. You could hold it with two hands, or you could prop it on the table and hold it up with your index finger. And then the other person, alright, I'm going to the other side real quick, and act as the goalpost. So they could do this, or they could do this. If they're annoying, they'll make the goalpost as small as possible, like this. Don't be that person. A successful try would look like this. Now to make a goalpost, I guess technically you can make this goalpost realistic and then start using wood and hot glue. Is that really realistic in a school setting? Probably not. So I think I'm gonna go back to my notebook paper and rip another sheet of paper out. Hopefully the paper will rip as nicely as last time. Oh, too good to be true. Not too bad. A minor little doo-doo mistake here, but nothing too noticeable. This is the simplest way I know how to make a goalpost. I'm gonna fold this paper in half, hot dog style, and then I'm gonna fold it in half again, hamburger style. Now along the fold that I just made, I'm just gonna fold up a little bit so that we can prop up the paper like so. Now we need to glue these two bases together like so. I don't have a glue stick, but I have glue tape. Glue sticks work just as well. And there we go. This part is optional, but you can draw the goalpost. Oh wait, actually, I think we should probably glue these flaps down as well. Okay, there we go. Everything's all glued down. And yeah, this part is optional, but I'm gonna draw a goalpost. I'm going to take my black pen to do the trick.
I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no.
Okay, not the best looking goalpost. You could clearly tell I've never really played football. To make the actual goalpost, you know, functional for this game, I'm going to cut out a rectangular shape inside this goalpost. Doesn't have to be perfect, by the way. Okay, and here's our goalpost. Time to put this into action. Now that you have a goalpost, well, I guess you could play this game by yourself. Prop it up like this, but it's not really stable. I'm going to use some tape to hold that goalpost down. Like this, and then like this. Perfect. And now for the moment of truth. Let me see how many times it'll take for me to get this past the goalpost. Try number one. That was embarrassing. It's been over a decade since I played a game like this, so try number two. Try number three. This is gonna take longer than I thought. Oh, I did it! Yes! Oh man, this is sad. Well, there's paper football for you. But if football is not your thing, don't worry. There's also this thing called paper sumo wrestling. And it's exactly how it sounds. You play with two players, you have a board on the bottom where two paper sumo wrestlers battle it out. You keep tapping the board and the game ends if either one of the sumo wrestlers knocks down or one of the sumo wrestlers falls off the board. Now for this paper game, I'm going to be following this tutorial right here. Seems like we're going to need square pieces of paper, so I'm going to be using origami paper. You could always just use notebook paper as well. I guess I could show you how to do that real quick. All right, here we are for the third time. That was horrible. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, so I kind of need to have this burning itch to take this part off. So all you have to do is fold along the diagonal. Just cut along this line. Here's your square piece of paper, but I think I'm gonna stick to origami paper. Let me bring that back right now. Okay, here we are. So we're going to start on the white side. We're going to fold up and then across, open it up, fold these 4 corners to the center. 1, 2, 3, 4. Flip it over, make a kite shape. Flip it again, open this up, fold this part up, and then fold this tip down. Flip it over again. We're going to accordion this thing down and then up, but not up all the way. I think these are acting as the arms of the sumo wrestler. And then I think this part is optional, but we could pull this back a little bit. And here's our sumo wrestler.
That was very easy.
Let me duplicate this and I'll be right back. Okay, so here we have our 2 sumo wrestlers. I'm sorry I slapped you earlier, but I needed a cool transition. I already came up with names for these 2. This is Miss Jelly, and then this is Boo Boo Banana. Wow, what a name. Now, I know I mentioned earlier that this game uses a board. I don't have that with me, but I do have another idea that may or may not elevate this game. So I'm going to use a book that has a smooth surface, just happens to be Cat in a Hat, but we're also going to need something thin and rectangular, or I guess you could use an eraser as well. So put this on the bottom, book goes on top. The reason why I did this was so that when you tap it, wow, that's loud. But now we're gonna put Miss Jelly on the right side, Boo Boo Banana on the left side. Maybe we should put them closer. We're gonna test to see how this works. 3, 2, 1. Maybe that wasn't the best idea. Wait, let me try again. Oh, Miss Jelly prevails. I guess we should do best out of 3 because that's kind of unfair for Boo Boo Banana. Oh, he just fell immediately. Hooray, Miss Jelly wins. If you were rooting for anybody, I definitely wasn't. Now, if you're not into the sports or the action thing, I totally get you. There's another paper game that I played a lot in my childhood that is very different to the very first 2 that we tried, fortune telling. I believe they're also called cootie catchers, right? Of course, little me did not think fortune telling was a game. It was not something that you messed with, to be honest. In fact, I have this one memory where somebody asked me to play fortune telling with them 8 times. I got the same one every single time, no joke. All of them said, "You're dumb." But are these 100% accurate? I don't know. But that's why we're here to try them out today. To make this fortune teller or cootie catcher, we're going to use a square sheet of paper. So I'm just going to use the one that I made in the last craft. But if you are going to use a square sheet of paper, I recommend something blank without any writing on it. I'm also using this picture from WikiHow. First, I'm going to fold upwards, and I'm going to fold up on the opposite side. Now it looks like we're going to have to fold 4 corners to the center again. Okay, after that, I think we need to flip it over and do the same thing.
Fold the 4 corners to the center.
And finally, last step, now we need to poof this thing all up. This is the hardest step, by the way. Until we have something like this. You could do this. Pretty satisfying, honestly. Or if you want to make a dragon puppet, you can glue these parts together. Now, for the actual fortune telling part, what I remember doing was that first I drew 4 symbols on these faces. Meepyblues face. Gonna draw a star. On the back side, a heart, and then a diamond. I don't know. For these 8 triangles, I'm just gonna write the numbers 1 through 8. And then after that, you can lift these up and write 8 little messages underneath each triangle. This region, this region, this region, and so on and so forth. I'm just gonna write the first thing that comes to my mind. You're smart. Free pizza for days. No homework. $1 million plus $1 million minus $1 million. That sounds tragic. You're dumb. I'm stuck. What should I do? I guess replay. And then finally, stroke of good luck. Designate each symbol with a number. Forgive me if this is not how you played cootie catchers, but this is how I remember playing it. For one, let's say somebody asked me to choose a number between 1 and 4. And let's say I choose 4. So the person with the cootie catcher goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And then now I have to choose a number between 3, 4, 7, and 8. I guess let's choose 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You choose a number one more time. Let's choose 2. 1, 2. Now I have to choose a number from here again. Let's choose 5 and let's open it up. It says replay. Okay, I guess we'll replay again. No homework. Well, goodness me, I'll take that. And it was honestly very fun to play with. Now, if you're not too keen on paper folding or any effort of that kind, totally reasonable. There are many collaborative games that you could play using just a pencil and a flat sheet of paper. Welcome to my floor. This is a very different setup. I don't usually film like this. I have 3 collaborative games that you could play with your pencil, an eraser, and a friend. But I don't have a friend, so I'm just gonna do it myself. The first one, I think you can all guess what it is. It's tic-tac-toe. Somebody chooses circles, somebody chooses X's, and then the strategy I always go with first is that if I go first, I always choose one of the corners, and then after that, let's say the person goes here. I try to go right here. The reason I go here is that I want to fill up this spot as well once it's my turn again. If they choose here, well, I'm kind of screwed. But if they choose to go on one of these 3 spaces, let's say this, and I could just put my circle here and I already win. I could win here or I could win here. The next game I have is Connect 4. And Connect 4 is possibly one of my least favorite pencil paper games I've ever played in my entire life. What you do is that you draw a bunch of grid lines, and then it's kind of similar to tic-tac-toe, except that you need 4 in a row instead of 3. So let me just pretend to play both sides, and yeah, you're just gonna have to watch. Oh, I guess they won already. Yeah, I hate that game. Let's move on. I saved the best for last. I call this game Space Invaders. So obviously you have 2 players. Each person has 5 mini aliens and then 1 king alien. And then the other person, let's say they have triangles. You can add whatever barriers you want. What you do is that you hold your pencil and then you just kind of let it slide off like this. And then wherever the pencil stops, you mark it. Let's say the mini alien goes here. The triangle crosses the path. Then the circle alien is out. And then you just repeat until all of the aliens are out. The only reason I find this fun is because I don't actually need to play with a friend. Alright, well, I'm done. I don't want to play this game anymore. I believe I saved the best paper game for last, and it is a paper blowing game. Now what you do is that you take a piece of tissue paper, you blow it up in the air, and you try to keep it up in the air as long as possible. So you just compete with your friends to see who can keep it up in the air the longest. Now, just a huge disclaimer, I don't think you should play this game at school with actual tissues.
Teachers deserve their tissues.
In fact, I don't think you should play half of these games at school. You're just bound to get in trouble. Hey guys, this is a very awkward angle. Normally, I would play this paper blowing game with tissue paper. I don't have tissue paper, so I think I'm just gonna use an actual tissue. You might be wondering why I don't want to use paper. I don't want a paper cut on my face. Thank you very much. For you guys to be able to see, I'm gonna play kneeling down, like this. I'm kneeling down right now, by the way. I'm gonna play 3 rounds. I'm probably gonna time it. Editing me will add the timer. As I'm filming, I don't know how long I'll be able to blow. Round 1. Oh, it's down. How long was that? Let's move on to round 2. Okay. I literally blew it to the floor. Yeah, this is so much easier when you're actually standing. Can I redeem myself with round 3? I think the first 2 attempts were like less than 3 seconds. Let's not blow it to the floor this time. Okay, it's down. How did I do? I think the 3rd attempt was the best, but definitely less than 5 seconds. But that's all the paper games I'm going to try today. Even though I played all of these games by myself when they're supposed to be meant for multiple people, I still had a lot of fun. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know what kind of content you would like to see next, and I'll see you guys later. Meepyblues out.